Is it time to start selling off your SUI? This morning, there was a hack within the SUI ecosystem, and this is causing people all around the planet to second guess their holdings of the SUI coin. Well, in this video, we're going to explain just what happened and what the next little bit of SUI's price action should look like. Is it time to sell, or was this an amazing opportunity to buy more SUI? Make sure to stick around all the way till the end of the video so you don't miss any of the details. Smash the like button if you enjoy the video and subscribe, as we are literally right about to hit 50,000 subscribers, but we need your help. All right, let's go. This morning, a tweet went out that was an alert that the Cetus protocol on SUI halts operations after suspected hack drains funds. This scared a lot of people, causing the price action of SUI to plummet. This morning, we were as high as $4.20, and now we saw the price action drop as low as $3.60. We'll go back to the charts here in just a couple of minutes, but this is a very scary tweet that went out. And again, anyone who's questioning SUI, you have rational reasons to do so. But to find out exactly what happened, I want to bring up T. Shroom, who's our head of research here at the Investing Bros, to find out just what exactly went on and what you need to know about the details. For more on that, T. Shroom, what do you got for us?
Thanks, Tim. Yeah, at 7:34 a.m. Eastern Standard Time this morning, there was a tweet that went out on the official X account, formerly Twitter, of Cetus. Now, Cetus is the #1 DEX on the SUI blockchain in that ecosystem. And it became clear after some internet sleuths went in and did their digging on chain to try to assess just how much had been stolen, that around $200 to $220 million worth of crypto was stolen from Cetus. And whether or not they'll get it back, we don't know. However, there was a bit of guidance from the Discord of Cetus that there actually could have been an Oracle bug that was the cause of the exploit or the vulnerability that allowed the exploit to happen. So that all happened early this morning. And, it's not a very comforting, tweet to read for the SUI ecosystem, especially for Cetus investors. I also should note that a lot of other meme coins in the SUI ecosystem and some other utility coins as well in that SUI ecosystem did have a huge sell-off, sometimes more than 20, more than 50% in that ecosystem. So that's kind of the report on what happened with this vulnerability and a little bit about the details around it. So with that being said, my opinion is that there is actually somewhat limited damage to this event in the long run. I think we'll look back at this and we'll think about it in the same way that we think about exploits that have happened on PancakeSwap, on Uniswap, on the Binance and the Ethereum blockchain, respectively. These exploits, while they're very uncomfortable and we hate them and we don't want them to happen, they have happened. There is precedent for this, and Ethereum still here, Binance still here, even though their ecosystems have had vulnerabilities, whether it be from DEXs or bridges. So, it will go on. I will also note that SUI is, it's kind of considered a VC coin, venture capitalist coin. And what we know about that is that venture capitalists have a little bit of a different approach to crypto. When we had downtime in the Solana blockchain just months ago, there was really a feeling that that's not that big of a deal. How do we know that? Because Solana did not sell off. Right. So in the same way, I'm curious to see how the price of SUI is reacting to this news, because I know that when VCs buy into a blockchain, when they buy crypto, their expectation is not that there's going to be 100% uptime, because that's not what they see in the software investments that they have outside of Web3 and Web2. Right. And they also have the kind of the attitude of move fast and break things. Well, this is an example in their eyes of something breaking. And that just happens when you're investing in cutting edge technology. So that's kind of my take on this. I really don't think in the grand scheme of things, it's going to be that big of a deal. $200 million is a lot of money, right? But it's not that much money compared to the $13 billion of market cap that SUI enjoys.
Thank you so much, T. Shroom. I can't agree more. I think that this is going to be looked back at as a blip, as something that was a great opportunity for people to buy a SUI dip. But as a whole, I think this is really going to be seen as nothing burger. I think this is going to be a nothing burger. And in fact, there was some news that came out recently from Cointelegraph, going back to my screen here. They did announce, very good news, SUI CPO Aman Abio, I don't know if that's how it's actually pronounced, but he says that 160 million of the 220 million stolen has been frozen and will be restored to Cetus pool soon. Very good news for anyone who's listening, following this story. It's not 100%, but hey, more than 50. I think it's pushing 70 to 80% of the stolen funds coming back. That is a very, very good sign. As T-Shroom even mentioned, think of the other coins that have things like this have happened to. Ethereum, still number 2. BNB, it's number 3. And then Solana coming in around number 5 or 6 in the crypto markets, depending on different exchanges you're looking at. All of these coins are still here. They're still kicking. People are still investing in them. SUI was the hottest altcoin so far in the year 2025. And yes, this is a blip on the radar, but again, nothing burger. We'll have to wait for the next couple of days, next couple of weeks to know for certain, but that's my early prediction. That's T-Shroom's prediction. Let's take a look at what the charts are looking at. We flashed at them earlier, but I want to kind of break down what is going on and what I think could be happening here next. Now, this is not something we talked about here on YouTube. In our VIP trading group, we were doing some analysis on SUI just yesterday where we talked about a 4-hour divergence coming in here. You see this thin red line. The oscillators got a little bit overheated here, and we talked about some major support levels coming back starting around 384, and then we talked about on lower time frames, there was some support, some order blocks down at 360. When I made that analysis yesterday, my brain would have said, hey, this is going to take multiple days, maybe even a couple of weeks. It's going to take till the next pullback to happen for SUI. I even still believe there's a chance, keyword chance here, that we could pull all the way back down towards the daily smart trail coming in closer to $3.30. But we told our group, hey, if you can get a hold of SUI at 285 and 260, 385 and 360, get some buy signals in there. Well, hey, if anyone listened to me, they bought some SUI this morning on the cheap. We also were looking at the charts here today, and I noticed that despite the fact that we had this massive wick come down, again, to 360, we bounced back up very quickly and almost immediately started to flash some buy signals on lower time frames like the 5-minute, the 10-minute, and I believe right now these are actually trickling all the way as high as the 30-minute, and there's the 30-minute buy signal for sure. Let's look at the 1 hour. A 1-hour buy signal is close to triggering. This could mean that SUI today or tomorrow makes a bounce back up as high as $4.08 before it's all said and done. But at the end of the day, we're still monitoring on SUI just like the rest of the crypto space. There are some longer term question marks that need to be had. Even Bitcoin today, there's some signs on lower time frames as high as the 4-hour chart that we could be due for a little bit of a pullback. You're seeing here a red reversal, bearish momentum, and negative money flow out here on the 4-hour chart that says that 107,000 is something that we could be dropping back to today on Bitcoin. If this were to be the case, I don't see SUI making a massive rally back to the upside while Bitcoin's dropping. But what you should know is this massive wick to the downside, this is a bullish candle right in here. This is a sign that even though there's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt this morning, a lot of FUD in the markets that drove us down to 360, all of that has been bought back up, and it does look like the news is coming out better than we could have imagined, with, again, a lot of those funds being frozen and more than likely being restored. I'm still very bullish on SUI long term. This is a coin that I could see easily making $20, if not all the way to $50 before this bull market is over. But for right now, we are monitoring an entire market that's a little overheated, a little overbought, that probably needs some form of a correction. The good news for SUI holders is, though, with that dip today, they probably just took out a lot of buy signals that were waiting for longer time frames. SUI might actually be able to hold up better than other altcoins should they start dipping here over the next day or two. Let me know in the comments, though, what do you think? Are you selling your SUI, or are you sitting in a similar boat to me and T-Shroom? This was a buying opportunity. SUI still has a very bright future. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our content. But with that said, that's all I have for you in this one. I'll see you in the next video. Adios. Well, look at there. You made it to the end of the video, which means you probably did enjoy it. So right now, go and smash that like button and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of our content. But if you want to go deeper, if you want to learn more about what I think and the rest of our team thinks on the markets, the daily news, and what's going on in the charts, make sure to check out our VIP trading group, where every single day we are discussing everything going on. We're going live several times a day to answer all of your questions and set up several trades to make money no matter what the markets look like. Go sign up right now with that link down below. I'll see you over there.